Hey, man, hello, and welcome to Two Grumpy Vets and a Dude. I'm your host, Brian, and I am here with my other two great friends. Some of my best, actually, they are my best friends, not just some of them. They are my best friends. We've got Rich and the Dude, and we are here today. And we've got another great action-packed, fun-filled, wild, wacky, just bizarre type of show that we normally are always typically doing. So anyhow, so we're... as we always do,
right
just
there. Yeah,
I
you
did
was
what?
talking. You was talking and going along, and then you just froze for about 3 seconds. And then
Why
came
can
back.
we not do an intro without something going bonkers on us? Well,
I mean,
I'm gonna blame. Well, I'm fixing to be I'm gonna be changing my my data plan on the phone here this weekend. So,
dude,
maybe
honestly,
I'll
I
fix
don't,
this problem.
Brian. I don't think it's you. I think it's Zoom.
It
I
could
think
be.
it's
Could
Zoom
be. So,
because I normally have never had a problem, and now you said and dude said that you know my audio drops out, and you just had a glitch. And I mean, well, dude glitches, but we know that's T-Mobile. So
right. But at the same time, yeah, and then once he kicks in, all of a sudden we're all talking like we're 100 miles an hour, and we've been tweaked up on speed. So it's and that's the fun thing. It's just because you could tell when you cut out, and all of a sudden the buffering is trying to play catch up. So it's like right. Okay, here we are.
Hey,
because I know Ron doesn't talk like a New Yorker, so
no, you don't.
Never been there.
Never been there. You don't want to be there. So,
oh, you need to go at least once just to visit.
Well, no, you need to go to New York once. I mean, visit New York City once.
Yeah.
Or see, what is it? What is that? Everyone's free to everyone's free, and it's live in New York City once, but leave before it makes you hard. Live in Northern California once, but leave before it makes you soft. And have you not ever heard that song?
Clue. No.
Oh, that is such it's done by Baz Luhrmann.
And by who?
That's actually the first Baz Luhrmann.
Baz Luhrmann.
Okay. If you have seen the movie, he directed the movie Strictly Ballroom.
Okay.
Also, Moulin Rouge.
I've heard of
Nicole
that.
Kidman.
Never seen it.
Great
but
movie.
Heard of it.
It's a good movie. Also, I like it. It's a little trippy when you're first getting used to it because, well, it's supposed to give this whole Moulin Rouge can French bohemian vibe right off the bat, and so it's really kind of trippy and almost hallucinogenic in a way at first.
So you say if I do acid, that would enhance it?
It would probably make your hair fall out. So don't do that.
Well, yeah, I'm just asking.
I guess that's just a little bit late for me, though, isn't it?
Oh, heck yeah. You lose your chin hair, man. So also the movie again with Nicole Kidman, Hugh Jackman, Australia, which is another really good movie. I like a lot of what that. Oh, William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. The one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Natalie Portman.
Nope.
No, it's not Natalie Portman. Is it?
No.
It's Claire Danes.
Well, either way, I still need to see it because even if it's Claire Danes or Natalie Portman, oh my God, either one of them are gorgeous.
Well, this was actually released back in 97. Yeah, 97, because I watched it over in Hobart, Tasmania.
Okay.
So
Hobart, Tasmania.
Hobart, Tasmania. Yep. We were on the heading home leg of Westpac, and our next stop once we got finished in Hobart, we were heading up to Hawaii for a 24-hour stop over there, and then bebopping across the Pacific, all the way over to Sand Dog. So,
Okay. Okay. I didn't know there was a town named Hobart in
yep,
Tasmania.
yeah,
That is good to know.
which is funny because there's also a Hobart, Oklahoma, but they don't pronounce it Hobart.
How did they pronounce it?
Hobart. It's Hobart. It's not Hobart. It's Hobart. It's kind of like, in Texas and in Oklahoma, both, they've got a town named after an Indian tribe, and it's not pronounced Miami.
Okay.
It's pronounced Miami.
Okay.
And you will get people looking at you really weird if you try to call it like the Florida town. It's not Miami. You go to Miami, Texas, or Miami, Oklahoma.
See, I've always called it Miami every time I've gone through it.
Oh yeah, see, people stop by and poke you in the nose. So, of course, I mean, at the same time, it's better than the probably the most unfortunate name in all of Texas. Do you know what the most unfortunate name is there, dude?
Unfortunately, I do not.
Okay, it is Mobeetie.
Mobeetie?
Yep. And the reason why is because Mobeetie is actually, honest to God, is a Comanche word for buffalo poo. And they were trying to come up with a name, and the Comanches were around, and they said, "Oh, you should call it Mobeetie." And so a bunch of dumb white dudes were like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea." So, there's actually a town technically called Buffalo Shit.
I gotta say, okay, right now that one, that's the weirdest town I've heard, and I've heard quite a few of them. But yeah, that's Buffalo Shit, Texas.
Buffalo Shit. Yeah. Well, technically, I think it's actually Buffalo. Well, it equates to Buffalo Shit. So yeah.
I was gonna say, dude. Like
it's
like a dude said last night, tomato. I mean, yeah, whether you say poop, shit, or fart.
Or a solid fart. Yep. So what were you going to say there, Ron?
What's the population? 47?
Probably, yeah. Because there's actually two. You have the old Mobeetie town of Mobeetie, and that, if I'm remembering right, that was an old buffalo skin trading post. Is essentially what it started out being, and people just kind of congregated there, and then for whatever reason they shut it down, and that's now known as Old Mobeetie, because they still have the Old Mobeetie jail out there.
Okay, hang on. The town of Mobeetie, as of the 2010 census, was 101 people, and that was 6 below the 2000 census.
Yeah.
So
people, it's old people that are living there, and they are just slowly kind of ticking off. I mean, it's like Pottsville. Pottsville's pretty much an old person village now.
And wait, hang on. In 2022, the population is now down to 84.
Yeah.
So
it's getting ready to blow away. Yeah. It's slowly drying up, blowing away. It's going to become like Jericho, Texas one day. So just a literal wide spot in the road, because there used to be buildings there.
Now this is saying Mobeetie, Texas is supposed to mean Sweetwater in one Indian dialect or another.
No. Nope. Whatever from the Comanche Indians I've talked to, they just like, yeah, it means buffalo shit.
Okay. Well, no, this is what Uncle Google popped up, and it's on forttours.com.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was an original old Buffalo Fort then. I know Buffalo Trader Fort. So
yeah, it was that, but yeah, I don't know. And well, it says in here, which might mean Sweetwater. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Honestly, yeah, screw it. Buffalo shit. It's easier.
That's what it's always been told to me is that, yeah, it means, because I've got a lot of folks in Lawton, a lot of the Indians in Lawton, they're Comanche Indians. That's kind of their Comanche Indian reservation land now. So,
okay.
because that's where Geronimo died, was at Fort Sill.
Right.
Have you ever been to the so-called Geron or what was his name again? Geronimo? No. Yeah. Have you ever been to his so-called gravesite?
No, I haven't. I just, from what I know, and that's just because I've got a friend. Well, my wife has a friend who lives in Lawton, and she's been a Lawton citizen for her whole life. And she said that you would see Geronimo walk around in Lawton from time to time, and he was just kind of a drunk. And if you wanted to take a picture with him, it cost you like a pack of cigarettes. Is what he wanted to do. So,
wow. Well,
that's what he wanted to be: a pack of cigarettes or some liquor.
And they can't prove that he's actually buried at this particular cemetery because there was something about it, so they wouldn't actually rob the gravesite. But it's not marked. It's just said that he's buried in this cemetery, but it is a way out of the way. You will never find it unless you are directly looking for it.
Huh? Because I always heard that he was just buried there at the Fort Sill Cemetery.
Nope. There is an Indian cemetery
in Fort Sill.
It's on Fort Sill.
Yeah.
The actual cemetery is on Fort Sill itself.
Yeah.
But it's not the Fort Sill Cemetery that's in the main part of Fort Sill.
Oh.
It is way out in the
way
middle
out
of
in
no
BFE.
Yeah, it is. That whole cemetery.
It's out on the far side of the bombing range.
Yeah. And unless you are directly looking for it, you'll never find it.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, see, that's crazy. And at the same time, I mean, I love the Wild West, and especially Indian culture has always just been one of those things that's just always completely fascinated me.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've always loved the Native American culture.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why one of my favorite movies is Dances with Wolves and A Man Called Horse.
I think I've seen that one. I probably have. It's been a while.
That one's a good one. That's an old 70s movie, but it was, yeah, Man Called Horse is a great one.
Yeah, no, see, yeah, I've kind of studied. I mean, it's been years, but I've studied some on the Native Americans and the way they do things and all, and I just, it's like why didn't we leave them alone? Because they really weren't hurting us.
No, they weren't hurting us, but the thing is the reason why we couldn't leave them alone is because every time we'd move them someplace, we'd end up finding gold. And it's hey, we need over there.
Yeah, so, and say that's the thing, I mean, honestly, what it was is we were greedy.
Oh no, I agree.
I mean, that's just and the freaking Indians were like, hey, we've got our area, leave us alone. There's more than enough land. But oh no, we wanted all that land plus theirs. And this is why we took it. And I mean, it if you ask me, it still irks me that we did this. I mean, we didn't have any, you, Brian, and me didn't have any direct control with it, but still, it's like, just freaking let them live, man.
Oh yeah, been nice to the kid, have, and I mean they gave him the state of Oklahoma, and then turned around and gave it away
Yeah,
for free.
Right.
It was
Oh
like,
yeah.
and I understand exactly why so many of what was it, in the late 70s or mid 70s, they had kind of a rebellion where there was kind of a what was the name of that? Val Kilmer was in it. Thunderheart. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think so. I've
Where
seen
they were
that
talking
movie.
about some of the
Yeah.
And talking about where took place with the Sioux Indians, because it was
Yeah.
they had the battle, the memorial for the Battle of Wounded Knee was kind of the main pivotal area.
Right.
But
Right. Yeah. Thunderheart. That was a good movie.
that was a good movie. Have you seen that? The one, I mean, granted, it did have Robert De Niro, which was now a very unfortunate item, but Killers of the Flower Moon.
Never heard of it.
That one's a good one. It's a long one. We're talking 3.5 hours.
Well, normally if I've always noticed when movies are 3 hours or almost 3 hours, it's a good fucking movie.
It typically, and it is. It's actually a
Yeah.
really good movie, and it's about the Osage Indians in Oklahoma.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and because the Osage Indians, they were actually one of the first Indian tribes to discover, once they got set into their little reservation area, their little corner of northeast Oklahoma, they were like, oh, hey, look, we found oil.
Yeah.
And so from there they became the richest tribe in the US. And they had most of their houses had servants, and they had not butlers, the guy that chauffeurs. I was like,
Okay.
the dude that drives you around, man. You're
Driving
the
Miss
Uber
Daisy.
driver before it was Uber. So, but yeah, they were rich, and kind of talked about the Osage murders that were happening at that time, and how people were dying just left, right, and center, and there wasn't any investigation going on until finally a delegation got fed up with people dying left, right, and center, and they just they'd find a gun in their hand and somehow shot themselves in the middle of the back, and it being ruled as suicide.
That's a challenge.
It is challenging, but apparently, according to them, some people were able to do it quite well, and very accurately too.
I would love to see the science on that.
Yeah,
really
well, this was back in taking place back. I think it took place started out in like 1918, 1920, just right after World War I ended.
Okay. What's the name of it?
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
And it's on HBO. It's on HBO Max right now that I know
of. Well, I don't have HBO, so.
Well, you should be able to rent it on Amazon also.
And I haven't seen any of the shows that you guys have just talked about.
You haven't watched Dances with Wolves?
Nope.
Really? Dude, you need to watch it.
Yep.
And Thunderheart? Yeah.
Thunderheart's good. And Killers of the Flower Moon's good. I'm trying to think of some of the others that were A Man Called Horse, or Man Called Horse is what it is. Yeah. Another great one, and that one I think is, like I said, I think it came out in the mid 70s. I'm not going to look right now because I'm going to try to keep my keep from touching my phone and flipping it sideways. So
well, you do that. I can
you can look it
multitask.
up. Yeah, I was going to say you are the sage of knowledge these days. So I'm a man who talks out of ass. So
Oh, so that's
Yes.
your Indian name.
that's my Indian name. Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. Now
Yeah,
I always
now
could.
that
I
we
could
got
never
that,
tell if they were just calling me a big fart or if I was just actually literally talking out of my ass, though. So it could be half of one, 6 of one, half dozen of another. So
yeah, Man Called Horse was made in 1970.
70. Okay, it's just right
Yeah.
there. It's at the turn. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, this one I don't think I've seen this one. I might have, but it's been years if I haven't, or if I have. So I'm gonna have to watch that one.
It's a good one. You even get a little hint of booby from time to time. So there's an added advantage to it too. So
Dude, that was the 70s, man. Free love.
heck yeah, yeah. Boobies everywhere.
Girls were willing to just, wow, here you go.
Bra? Where we're going, we don't need a bra.
Oh my Lord.
There you go. There's a title name. No bra required.
You know, I kind of like that one.
So
I'm making a note. Go ahead.
Okay. So Ron, what has been happening in your world this week since last time we talked?
Well, let's see. Got the power. Well, we had the tornado, obviously. We talked about that last week.
Yep.
And then they got the power on. Why? Because they, cut the easement behind my house, which is actually a field that has never been cut.
Never been trimmed.
Limbs away from the power lines and the neutral line. So we had another storm come in and lost power again for 3 days now. We lost power. Just came up today.
Son of a. Okay, so you got the power back, and then they zapped it right back out again.
Yes, and now
I missed that detail
because they had another crew come in and cut another part of the easement to get the power back on, but they didn't clear the entire thing. So when we have another huge gust of wind, which we're predicted to have more storms between now and the weekend, I'll be out of power again, because that there is a tree limb that is broken that is resting on the neutral line, and as soon as we get a gust, power's going to be out again because they didn't clear all the way down the easement. So we're just having a wonderful time with power. So yeah,
the only thing I kind of wish you were able to do is while they were cutting it down, you go up to them and go, "Hey, just cut the wood up into usable size pieces, and I'll run off with it. You don't need to turn it into chipped wood anymore." Because we actually had Ashbelin come by and work on our tree, and that's one of the things I was like, "Don't chip it up. Just cut it down, cut it into serviceable size logs. I will move the rest." All right. And he's like, "You sure?" It's like, "Hell yeah, I'm sure. You want me to sign a piece of paper? I'll sign. I want permission. I give permission to just leave the wood behind." And they did.
Well, when they cut the easement with all those branches, guess where they left everything?
Oh, it's still just sitting there in the
backyard on the ground.
Oh, awesome. Yep. You've got firewood for days.
No, because these are limbs that are 1 to 2 inches. So it's kind of
okay. You got kindling for days.
Well, we definitely have kindling for days around here.
Well, I mean, you can still burn it. It'll burn. It'll just
and it'll burn hot too. You fill your your wood stove full of little bitty sticks and stuff, and light that thing on fire. It will get hot.
It's green though.
Well, you got to wait a year, obviously, but I mean, when you go to actually burn it, it'll burn hot.
Yeah.
I'm not
It re-
saying burn it tonight because no, you know,
well, it'll burn.
you gotta let
It'll
it
just
cure.
take forever to burn.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
What a flavor of trees is it? Is it hickory or oak or maple or what?
Probably Chinese
You
elm
know,
and
unfortunately, I
cottonwood.
do not know very many of the species. I know the one that sits in my front yard is an oak.
Okay.
The one that sits in the front yard of the lady across the street from me is some type of oak tree. But behind me, I don't even know what they are, because I don't
Okay.
know the leaves but a friend of mine came over to help me cut down the limb that snapped on my oak tree.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I don't remember what the name of the trees were for the most part back in the field, but he said that they're just pretty well junk trees.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably a bunch of
might be
Chinese elm and
cottonwood, maybe.
cottonwood.
Nope, it's not cottonwood. I don't
Okay.
remember what the name of it. It was an odd name, but again, I could not tell you what the species is. But
Okay.
yeah, as soon as we get a nice breeze, that limb that is broken is going to take down another line
Well,
because they
if
didn't.
it's broke, is it still attached or partially attached, or is it just
Just
detached but
snagged
No,
in the
it's still
tree.
attached. It's still attached to the tree, but you can see where it snapped in half.
okay.
And we're talking a limb with a circumference of about, you know 12-inch circumference.
Okay.
It's not a small limb
Okay.
overall that's broken from the tree, but that whole thing is sitting on the power line. It's like,
Right.
why didn't you just clear that as well? Not just to clear it to get the power on, clear the whole damn easement. No,
Yeah.
Because they weren't
not going
being
to
paid
happen.
to do that.
Well, yeah, God
Uh,
forbid.
no, I
You know,
know.
that's extra, man.
Yeah,
So,
it is. It's so I've been dealing with that, and just the lovely people that, well, no, I shouldn't say that. Disregard. I'll just leave that. I'll just leave that comment to myself.
He heard his
Yeah.
mom tap him on the shoulder, going, "If you can't say anything nice."
don't say anything at all. We'd never hear
Yeah.
from dude.
I
Brian,
know that's
we
part
would
of
never
that.
hear from dude.
I know we have to find some way. We have to sage his house to keep his mom away. Go away, ma'am.
Well, she wouldn't tap me on the back of or on the shoulder. She'd smack me in the
Back
back
of
of
the
the
head.
head like a
Watch your mouth.
Denozo slap.
Oh shoot.
And Rich, how about you? What's been happening this week?
Well, as I've kind of talked about, I haven't fully talked about, but yeah, I've said quite a few times buying a house sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, it has. But I mean, I will say the people I have working for me, I do very much appreciate them because they can break all this gobbledygook into my language, and that's
Good.
very hard to do. Yeah, it is good. But yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, current
not legal ease.
no. It gets broke down into my language, which
Yeah.
is very nice because I can grasp it a lot quicker. But uh, just to give an update, uh, apparently the appraisal, and I haven't seen the full appraisal yet. The appraisal's coming down, and it's low, and it's under what I'm under contract for right now with the house. So over the last couple of days, my realtor, the seller's agent, or realtor was looking for comps what they call comps, or houses that are about the same style. And, because I'm looking at a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. And so they was looking around the area trying to see if they could find other houses that compared to the asking price. And they couldn't find anything. So I'm hearing, hopefully I find out for sure tomorrow, but I'm hearing the house will probably appraise right around 100,000. And
so there you go. Yeah, you get a $20,000 $20,000 less.
Yeah. Well, and see, the thing is, because I've got to hook up with the loan office lady.
Okay.
Her assistant, me and her been talking, and if this appraisal comes in at 100,000,
right?
Okay, at 125,000, which is the current contract, my payment's 1163 a month. That's the house payment, that's the insurance, that's flood insurance, that's everything. At 100,000,
really?
Yes.
With all the extra insurances and stuff.
Yes. 1163 total.
Oh.
Okay. Now, if it drops to if it drops to 100,000, okay, the monthly payment drops to 993 for everything. So yeah, if it
nice.
Yeah, if it dropped, well, yeah, because shit, I'm paying 1360 right now. If it drops to 993, that's $400 in my pocket.
I was going to say, you might be able to afford to go out and watch a movie or something.
Yeah, I might, maybe.
But, but are the sellers willing to go that low?
They don't have a choice, because when the appraisal comes out, it'll flat tell them they will have a choice. They can, because when it comes out and I find out, my realtor is going to put in an offer for the appraised value of the house. So if it comes back at 95,000, we're going to renegotiate, put it at 95. Now the seller will have two choices. They can either accept it or they can say no and back out. Right. And if they back out, I've already been assured that I will get back the $600 I paid for the appraisal and the earnest money, the $500 earnest money that I put up. So we are, I mean, like right here, I literally should be knowing any day. The thing is, well, I can still totally back out of all this at any time. Right. But since and like I told my realtor today, this has been the longest month of my life. I'm serious.
This May will never freaking end.
No, it won't. I mean,
why won't you die?
We have freaking got this started. I think it was like May 3rd or May 4th.
Yeah.
And closing is supposed to be June 4th. Well, we know that's not going to happen.
Not now.
No. And oh yeah. And the thing is, the freaking title issue still isn't resolved yet.
Oh shit.
Well, what I found out is they've got the paperwork, submitted the paperwork. They're just waiting on the government agency to clear it. And it was funny when I was talking with my realtor today. I told her, I said, Melinda, I said, anytime you submit paperwork and you throw a holiday in there, it extends everything by a month. And she laughed. Yeah, she laughed and she's like, I can't argue with that. It's true.
There is solid logic in that.
So that's where I'm at with this freaking house. The way it sounds, I'm probably gonna totally back out of this deal. And because I did find out if I do back out of this deal, since I've already been approved and got all that done,
Uh-huh.
This is all good for like 90 days. So I can keep going looking for a house, as long as I stay under 125,000.
Yeah.
I can just roll up, say I want that house, make an agreement with the seller and then buy it.
Yeah.
But you see, the thing is, I might take a few weeks off because I still need to call my realtor up north to find out what's going on with my house.
Right.
So this has been a very stressful month, and I'm shocked I still have all my hair. I'm shocked I'm shocked I don't look like dude yet.
Man, that was just rude.
Rude.
I know I don't have a forehead anymore. It's more like a 41 head. That's how far it's receded down to my back. That's why I shaved it off. But
Right.
damn, how rude. Man, nothing but love coming from you guys.
Hey man, right here, man. Love. Nothing but love. Yeah,
Nothing but love.
That's right. No,
As
so
the nozo slap comes around.
yeah, right. Nothing but love, baby.
Nothing but love.
But no, other than that, that's about pretty much. I really haven't done too much else. Just I don't know.
Got anything for the rich ham sandwich?
No, not since last week, honestly. I don't
Not
think.
since last week. Nothing great, grand, wonderful. Hadn't
No.
contacted Antarctica or anything like that.
Oh God, I would love to contact Antarctica, dude. That is like one of the rarest places to get. That North Korea. And I've got a North Korea. I've got a North Korean contact. Yes, I do. I do have a North Korean contact.
Was he operating actually in North Korea, or was he a defector who was like
No, they were I found out North Korea doesn't have any hams, but once in a while North Korea allows other hams to come in and operate out of North Korea.
And then after that, you never see them again.
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah, North Korea is a very hard contact to make. It's trust me, you don't always get it, but yeah,
I was going to say, you probably, or since Antarctica is actually essentially just a giant nature reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that could be one of your bucket lists. You could go down there and kick off a ham in the park or whatever it's called.
Do a POTA from Antarctica.
Yeah, POTA. Yeah.
Yeah, 75 below zero. You really think? You really?
Well, you bundle up. You hang a coat hanger outside.
Oh my God!
That's why he moved from Missouri.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
if I bet you he would be willing to suffer through 75 below zero if he had the opportunity to POTA South Antarctica. So, like, ooh, okay, fine. You talk me.
No,
we're running for about 2 minutes. That's it. We're gonna bounce off of everybody we can.
Well, see. Here's the thing: to activate a park, you need at least 10 contacts. So I would have to sit there and make 10 contacts, and then that park is activated. In fact, I don't know if there is a park in Antarctica that's.
I think the whole thing is considered a park.
I think so. Well, hang on.
And it's 75 below zero. I ain't going.
Can you POTA Antarctica?
Hey, hang on. I'm looking it up right now. Let's see. Let's look at the map. Zoom out and go all the way down.
I was going to say, scroll to the bottom.
Okay.
I mean, you'll probably get a bunch of people from Argentina contacting you, going, "Hey, I hear you."
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I get Argentina, I get Brazil, and no, I don't see anything in Antarctica. So
I wonder how you get that set up so that you can.
do you think I want to go to that much work, dude? I
Why
mean,
not?
someone would go down there. I
bet you they
guarantee
would. Yeah, if you did the paperwork or whatever it takes to officially have some, to be recognized as, hey, yeah, you can do this. I guarantee you'll find about 5 or 6 idiots that go down there in their boxers to go do a POTA in Antarctica. So
yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
Because there are those idiots who do like that type of cold. I like it to be cool. I'm not a big let's hot fan. I can handle the hot. No one else can handle me being hot.
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, I start raining, and then after that comes the swamp smell, and that's just, it's slightly offensive to anybody close to me. So
yeah, I don't see any park opportunities in Antarctica.
Well,
so
there's got to be a way to do it.
There probably is, but I'm just going to leave that for someone else.
Someone else who's got a little more gumption than you, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. Because, well, hell, I think we've got 10,000 parks just here in the U.S. That's not counting around the world. Because I did contact the last time I did do a POTA. I contacted a park in Barbados, actually.
Huh.
Yeah. It was. The guy was actually doing a POTA activation in Barbados, and we did what's called a park to park. And I was in Mississippi, and he was in Barbados. and it was his first park to park to the U.S.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think his call was 8 Papa 6 Charlie Echo, if I remember right. I would have to look at my logbook. But yeah, it was a Barbados call sign. So yeah, so that's why.
Yeah,
that
would be there's a cool call sign if you can do the vanity call signs. Do Bravo 4 Romeo Foxtrot.
I can do that if it's available. Yeah, I could get it.
Now write that out and tell me what it is.
B4FR or
yeah.
RF.
RF, yeah.
But I don't get it.
Barf.
Oh. Okay. Well, here. Hold
on. Or you could sneak it in a little bit more and be a Bravo 4 Romeo Tango Hotel. If you do 5, then you'd be Barth.
Okay. Bravo 4 Romeo Foxtrot is a Chinese call sign. David Chen owns that call sign.
That's amazing. Oh my God.
Okay. What was the next one? Bravo 4 Romeo Tango.
Yeah, Bravo
Hotel.
4 Romeo Tango Hotel, Barth. And if you've ever watched back in the 80s, there was a television show on Nickelodeon called You Can't Do That on Television.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It was just a little skit variety show type thing. It was they would do it was SNL for preteens is essentially what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the whole getting slime dumped on you on Nickelodeon award shows and stuff. That's where that all came from. Was from that. You couldn't say word water, or they'd throw water on you. But if you said I don't know, you got slime dumped on you.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where that all came from. You can't do that on television. But one of the shticks that they used to do was they had this one guy who was just a disgusting eatery restaurant kind of hot diner scene, and it was Barth's, and it was, you know, again, as a play on barf, but it was
Right.
Barth. And so kids sit down, they'd get their food, and they'd take the bun off the hamburger or something like that, and they'd go, oh, barf. And then all that was kind of the clue for Barth to show up, and he'd be behind be at the stove or whatever. What did it go through? And they'd run their little joke, and the end of the joke always ended with I heard that, and that was it. It was a stupid premise, but the whole fact that the guy's name was Barth, and he would answer to Barf.
Okay.
It was a very long way of me getting to that little point. But again, it was the 80s. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And it was such a wonderful time of Americana, considering that you can't do that on television. It's actually a Canadian show. So
right.
Which had Alanis Morissette on it.
Oh, really? I did not know that. But yeah, no. Well, you see, actually, that a call sign that you spit.
Yeah, the RTH.
No, that one's no good. But
no anal, huh?
No, that one, and you see, that's the thing. Actually, that Bravo 4 Romeo Foxtrot, I couldn't get it here in the U.S. because that's set up for China only.
So B4 is China. Is a China term.
B is because here in the States, it's Alpha November Kilo and whiskey, and they're starting with like a couple different ones because they've ran through so many calls. The FCC's ran through so many calls. You're getting some Alpha Echoes, some Alpha Alphas, Novembers. You're getting 2x2s now on some of the higher classes, but yeah, it's Alpha November Kilo whiskey are the main ones that you'll hear of the starting letters. Like mine is November 5 Bravo Lima Mike. So
what about Kilo Zero Charlie Kilo?
I believe I might have that contact, or hang on.
Oh, you're kidding me if you got that one.
Kilo Zero Charlie Kilo on QZ. Yes, Charles S. Captain from DeBerry, Florida.
Dude has got he's got the cock call sign. That's amazing. He is the cock. See, that's what I would like to do with the vanity ones. See if I could find, it's almost like the there for a little while I worked over at the American Quarter Horse Association. And they were always one of the things that the people who, whenever they register their horses, they have to come up with a name for the horse. And so they're always trying to come up with dirty names that they can kind of sneak in there. So they'd have like the Hawaiian, the one that everybody knows, the Kamana Wanalea.
Oh yeah.
Type. And so you get a lot of those, and they go through and they reject them. So there's you get a lot of those like Mike Hunt and things like that. And so it's always fun to see who can get what snuck through. And there's been a few that you go through because I'd be taking the registration stuff, and I worked in the mailroom. So I take the information, and sometimes you'd see them and you just kind of look at them and go, oh, okay. I don't know why it's called backwards T-shirt, but okay. The horse's name is backwards T-shirt. All right. Fold it up, stick it in the envelope, and away it went. But there's a few in there that you get to and you go, they didn't catch this. Awesome. Yeah. It's like, how did they not catch? I mean, come on, an idiot like me working in the mail room, you gotta have a dirty mind, man. And I caught it right off the bat. I saw the Mike Litteris. I saw that. I know who Michael Litteris is. So
right. Yeah, it's all in the spacing. But
exactly.
yeah, I've got a website. I can look up just about any call sign, or any type of call sign, and and they've got call signs from all over the world. So if you type it in, if it's not in there, it's either very, very, very brand new, and I'm talking a day or two old, or well, if it's out of the US, a week old at least. Or it's not a good call sign.
No went all the call sign.
No.
So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and let's get moving on with the show. So, what I was thinking, let's try to be a little current today. And today was something I kind of consider a bit of a travesty, but the other side of the other half of the U.S., or the very vocal half of the U.S., considers a victory. We've got Trump's hush money trial has made the verdict.
Yes. I just read something about that earlier, and the Democrats paid a lot of money for that verdict.
Yeah,
and
they got
that is my opinion. They paid that judge off, or people to help make that decision, is all it was.
Well, and when you say paid off, what do you think they paid them off with?
I see that. I don't know.
I honestly, if I had to guess, I think they said, if you can get him convicted, and we get who is it, Sotomayor, who is like 11, and is one of the more senior justices that's on the side. I think I bet you what they're trying to do is they're going, if we get her to step out, we will get you inserted into the.
That very well could be,
because you got Kanji Brown, who doesn't know how to, who can't tell you what a woman is. I mean, she's the newest one being.
Yeah. I heard something about that too. But yeah, I mean, and hang on. Let's before we scroll off onto that, let's what is the big deal about this hush money? Because one, this hush money,
he shut up a horrible crime that he tried to quiet up Stormy Daniels. Because
okay, but hold it, he wasn't president at the time. He wasn't in office.
Yeah, but he lied about it. He didn't want to tell anybody about it.
Every politician ever in the history of the United States has paid hush money to a prostitute or anybody else.
I was going to say, isn't that what kind of the reason why you pay a prostitute to keep her mouth shut?
Well, but you see why? You see, that's the thing. Why now is it all of a sudden? I mean, look at Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I was going to say Bill Clinton. I mean, Jessica Flowers was shut up with $800,000. Yeah, I think Stormy Daniels got the short end of the stick with $130,000. I think that's what he paid her.
That I'm not sure, but you see, that's the thing. Why is this conviction such a big deal now? Because he was a private citizen, and whether it happened or didn't happen, one, is none of our fucking business.
Right.
Okay. I mean, totally none of our business. So why is this such a big deal? Because, okay, so what?
Because Trump has put himself out as being this morally superior being, and we were able to prove that he lied. Oh, no. I know he hasn't. He hasn't, but that's
never portrayed himself as a morally or whatever. I mean,
okay. Come on, how many he's gone through?
If he did that, if he did that,
Ivanka is what, his third wife?
Yeah, I think so.
So, I mean, yeah, he's had three. I mean, granted, all three of the other two wives look damn near like Ivanka. So I mean, he definitely has a type that he chases after.
Well,
But,
and that's fine.
but
So does every man in this world.
yeah, well, so
Okay.
does every woman
I
in this
mean,
world.
you see, this is what I'm saying. Everyone's, all concentrating on Trump and saying, oh, this will affect the election, all like that. Why? He's a man.
It won't. It won't affect the election.
Not
biggest
if
problem
you listen to what the Dems are saying.
Oh no! The Democrats think that they've got him all tied up, but at the same time, they also don't seem to think that this will never happen to us. And no, and you better hope to freaking God you can get him into prison, and you better lock him up in the basement and then build another prison on top of that prison, because he ever gets out, it's going to be hell to pay.
Yeah,
He is going to, and he's going to get every single one of those folks, one way or another, tossed into prison themselves.
Right, but
he will find the ones who can, because I mean, they've already shown that, hey, somebody in Texas can charge an ex-president for federal crimes, because that's what they did in Florida. They charged Trump, the state of state of New York charged Trump for the top secret documents and stuff that he was able to take out of the White House and store in Mar-a-Lago,
New York,
behind a locked door in a secured room, unlike what Biden was able to do.
Hold on. New York has no jurisdiction in Washington, D.C.
But they have filed those lawsuits, haven't they?
Well, they have, but you see, any smart person, which is most of America, I would hope. But then again, I might be totally wrong. But either
3/4 of America is that smart. The other quarter is the one who can't decide which bathroom they're supposed to be using.
Right, or which gender they are.
Yeah, they decide, oh, wait a minute, today I'm a boy. No, I feel like a girl like today.
Oh, no, I'm a chicken today.
Yeah.
Or I'm a bear. Rawr.
Rawr.
That did not sound right at all. But
that was scary.
Hang on. Let me ask you this then, because oh shit, Brian, stop! Dude. You're fucking killing me here. No, okay.
There's an ISO for us.
An ISO.
Yeah, for the very end of the show.
Oh yeah.
Throw in an ISO.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on here. Okay, since now we know this will get appealed come tomorrow morning. I mean, we know it, and it'll get locked up for years. Okay, but even though he was convicted on these 34 counts, how can they carry any jail time? And again, how is it a federal case?
Well, no, this one here that we just got finished, they just convicted him with, that is a civil case, or not civil. It's essentially, from one, the only thing I can figure is it's got to amount to some
counts.
Yeah, there's 34 felony count. I would say look up and see what those felony counts were, because I mean, that's felony for the state of New York. I don't think those. So for however they were able to get, however they were able to do the mental gymnastics. Now his Mar-a-Lago secret documents thing, that I don't think that one's actually even gone into play yet. I think they're still.
Actually, I think I read something that the judge put it off to like unexplained.
No, okay.
Yeah,
And then the one in Georgia
whenever.
that everybody likes to call Fanny Willis because the British on BBC can't say Fanny, so because Fanny in British terms is essential is pussy. It is a woman's front butt. That is what a fanny is. You ever hear somebody, and that's why they get so they look so weird. If they were around a bunch of Southern women and they had kids that were acting up, they would be 8 ways of embarrassed, because we use fanny like they use cunt.
Wow.
So
wow.
we're running around saying, I'm going to bust your fanny if you don't get yourself back inside. And obviously that sounds like sexual abuse to the Brits.
Really? Yes.
Because they're like going, why are you going to whack that girl with a paddle on her genitals? Or not? We're going to whack her ass, man. We're going to paddle her butt off. So, but for, in Britain, I mean, guys will call each other, you fucking cunt, all day long. And it's just a term like any other. It's just a term for them. And it doesn't mean the same thing like it means here, where if you said that, if you see you next Tuesday, you're going to end up getting 37 women on your head beating you up.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like saying in England, a fag is a cigarette.
Yeah.
So,
good thing we weren't live streaming. We probably just would have got taken down for that one.
Right.
Yeah. But now we got that's a, of course, it's also a bundle of sticks. So,
what is
the fag? A fag of sticks is called.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is a small bundle.
I had heard that years ago.
Now the English will get riled up if you call them a bastard.
Why is that?
Because they take it as being a very literal insult. While we'll run around, we call it, we use the word bastard like they use the word cunt.
Okay.
It's like, come here, you old dirty bastard. I'm going to knock your head off, and that for us, it's just, it's just a word. We don't literally mean you have no father, you were born out of wedlock or anything like that. Well, they take that one seriously.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing in the early 1900s. Yeah. Or 1800s also, or the early times. Yeah. Bastard did mean something bad.
Yeah. And I mean, it would have been bad to be, to think that your mom, your saintly mom had sex out of wedlock, which, we also like to sit around and think, oh, well, they never did that. Bullshit. They just knew, and just that our grandpas had a better pullout game than what our kids these days do. So.
Right. Now,
of course, I also like that. I like that meme about plastic on couches. You ever see that one?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
The reason why they had plastic on couches was because Grandma's a squirter and Grandpa knew what he was doing.
That's a mental picture I didn't need. Dude, what do you think about that one?
Coming from grandparents that had plastic covering on their furniture, no, that never crossed my mind. In any way, shape, or form, until today. Thank you all very much.
Hey, I'm glad to serve where I can.
Think of Brian for that, dude. That was all Brian right there.
You're right. And you can't get that image out of your head.
No. Well, of course, we used to gross each other out, and we'd ask each other, it's like, you ever wonder if your mom gave a blowjob before she kissed you goodnight? You're like, no, shut up.
Oh damn.
Well, you know the best
I'm out
slide
to
for
ruin
kids,
it.
right? You know what the
I'm
best
out to
slide for
ruin
kids
your.
is?
Say that again, dude.
Yeah, say it again.
What's the best slide for kids?
I don't know.
I don't know.
A throat.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. If we were live, we would definitely get kicked off YouTube.
Yep.
And Facebook. Oh
Definitely
my
wouldn't
God.
be wouldn't get any sponsors. That's good
No.
because we are value for value. We don't need sponsors.
That's right. We don't need sponsors. Okay. Now,
Just like
Brian,
All right.
we don't need
Now,
we don't need no stinking badges.
we don't need those stinking badges.
We got guns.
that's right.
So
Okay.
all right. So back to what we're talking.
Well, I found that 34 felony counts.
Okay, let her in.
And basically it was in 3 sections: invoices for legal services, checks paid for legal services, and ledger entries for legal expenses. So basically, they're saying, like, the first one is an invoice from Michael Cohen marked as a record of the Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust. And if you go to entry in the detailed general ledger for the Donald J. Trump Trust bearing voucher number, I mean, if you ask me, that these are all bullshit. Basically,
Well, because especially considering who the who claimed that ledger entry and that receipt came from. He's been shown to be he's been shown and proven time and time. I mean, there for the longest time. Even the Democrats were saying he's been hit with lies time and time again. Michael Cohen is
okay.
is a known liar on both sides.
Right.
Except for right now, it benefits. So we're going to trust and we're going to believe every single word Michael Cohen says, because it'll probably get Michael Cohen some type of amnesty from ever being tried for perjury.
Yeah. Well, okay. Basically, what it looks like is every invoice marked as a record, every entry, and the check and check stub separately is the charges all the way down, and on different dates. Like the first set was from February 14th of 2017, March 16th of 2017, April 13th, June 19th, May 22nd. I mean, it was all in 2017.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. This is.
But again, I mean, even with all those though, what were the actual counts? What was so he was charged as guilty of writing an invoice?
Yes, invoice from Michael Cohen marked as a record of the Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust.
Okay, so how is that illegal?
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. It says up here Trump was charged with falsifying business records in the first degree.
So the record of the receipt being there and the check is that it actually didn't happen?
You see, I don't know, because it says count 2 is the entry in the detailed general ledger bearing voucher number. And then number 3 is entry in the detailed general ledger. And then number 4 is check and check stub. And that was all dated February 14th, 2017. Basically, what they're doing is charging him. They're saying these entries in his ledger or whatnot are false. And like charge 5, invoice from Michael Cohen. Okay, are you telling me Michael Cohen wrote this invoice, but it doesn't say what it was wrote for? I don't know.
So what if Michael Cohen actually stole money from? I don't know. See, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like, okay, so what what is it that American citizens in New York, state of New York, should avoid doing? Should we now stay away from invoices? I need an invoice. Oh, no, don't give me an invoice. I can't do an invoice because, you know, I might go to jail if I have an invoice.
Right. Well, okay, hang on.
But at the same time, if that's the case, then truckers should be avoiding, and I know I'm being I'm being very facetious, but still, bear with me. Truckers will have to avoid it because you got a bill of lading is an invoice.
Mm-hmm. Now, hold on here. Okay, let me read this. This is part of the article here.
Okay.
It said the jurors said they unanimously agreed that Trump falsified business records to conceal a $130,000 hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels to influence the outcome of the 2016 election. Now, how does paying $130,000 to an adult film star influence the outcome of the 2016 election? Because
Stormy Daniels, by very definition, is a prostitute. Well, she's a very expensive prostitute for $130,000, but she's a prostitute nonetheless.
Well, no, I get it. But in 2016, look at Trump's popularity. There was nothing short of murder that it could have knocked him out.
Right.
Nothing short of murder.
Yeah, because 2017 is when he was in office. He went into office January 20th of 2017.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. But still,
and these were wrote, and this was all wrote after in 2017.
Yes, February 14th.
Okay, then the election's already happened. How is he influencing the election?
I don't know. Good question, huh? Good question. But yeah, this is why they said, and I mean, it was said in the article that jurors all agreed that it was paid to influence the 2016 election, but it was all done in 2017 after January 20th, which is Inauguration Day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's right on that. So yeah. So apparently the Democrats paid a lot of people off. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean that's very possible, but I'm not sure exactly who it is that they paid off.
Well, I mean,
and also it depends on what is your definition of paid off.
Well, I mean, look at the outcome they got for the falsification that the courts just did. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll say that this all this is just completely hypothetical, and we're throwing out our opinions of everything because we really don't know who, if any, was actually paid off. I actually I'm wondering, and my opinion is actually that I think there were promises for higher, more powerful positions for critical people.
Well, that's the same thing as paid off in my book. So,
well, yeah, I mean, it could be viewed as paid off, but a lot of people, I think, also would hear paid off and it's like, okay, well, here you go. There's and there very well could be, but again, I wasn't there. I can only go off of what I've seen.
Yes, folks.
So that's one of the reasons why I think. Yeah.
So just to clarify, this is our opinions, only speculation. We have no knowledge, no foreknowledge, no after knowledge, no but knowledge of anything.
Right. So Democrats, fuck off, because we're talking shit right now, and so just because you don't have a sense of humor doesn't mean shit. All right. So
Next thing we know, we all got the black.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Suburbans
January.
knocking on our door.
They're gonna have people running around saying, "Y'all were at the White House or at the Capitol during January 6th." It's like, no, actually, I've got DOT records proving otherwise.
I was freezing
So-
my ass off January 6th. Okay.
Yeah,
You know, and
Good.
Ron's opinion,
Mm-hmm.
you know, wherever Trump wants to stick his dick, who cares?
Thank you.
they didn't care
If-
about
if-
where Clinton stuck his. So why is all of a
You're
sudden?
right. And
Or
you know,
JFK.
that was okay. That was okay where Clinton stuck his,
Mhm.
but where
'Cause
Trump
what-
stuck his, you know, that would not changed my direction on who I voted for president, which was Trump, because having a politician in the White House, well, look what it's done to the United States. And
the
Trump
big-
was not a politician, and look at everything that he was able to get accomplished
right, and
because he was not a politician and did not want to get his pockets lined because they're already lined.
right.
Right.
Well, and it's kind of like how, you know, a lot of people would end up hearing what we just said. Like Trump can lay whoever he wants to. And a lot of the Democrats would go, see, you're doing two-faced. You gave, y'all threw a huge shit fit about Clinton. And the difference between that is because at Clinton, we heard, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Ms. Lewinsky. And that is him actually lying. He
Yep.
actually lied to the American people. Nobody even bothered to ask Trump, hey, did you ever have sex with a Stormy Daniels? And till she actually decided to break the agreement,
Mm-hmm.
which actually I think he ought to turn around and sue the shit out of her and go, cough up that 130 grand, woman.
You know what? I mean, honestly, the best thing he can do is just walk away and just move forward.
Oh, I know. I agree. That would be the best. But at the same time, I want to watch him just make every single one of those assholes squirm.
Right.
I mean, if I bet you dollars to donuts here shortly, probably after the election, somewhere along the way, that judge overseeing that, the asshole prick that he was, and causing him to actually putting gag orders on Trump saying you can't say anything in your defense to anybody other than in this courtroom.
Excuse me.
Yeah, can't
Yeah.
say anything out in public. I mean, Stormy Daniels and everybody else on the other side, they can say as much bullshit as they wanted to about Trump. They could say the most outlandish. He liked to have, he liked to bring whips, chains, and have golden showers, which we all know now that we even knew back then that was an absolute lie because Trump is a germaphobe.
Right.
He actually doesn't like to shake hands with people because he doesn't like germs, which is something I've always found fascinating with rich people. Oh my God, we got germs. It's like, yeah, well, congratulations. I'm one of the unwashed masses, but so it's okay. We're used to our germs.
Well, that's like Howie Mandel. Does not.
Oh
like
yeah,
shaking
Howie
hands.
Mandel. Yeah,
He'll hug
a
you.
lot of the rich folks are very. Oh yeah, he'll give you a fist bump. That's close
or a hug. No, he will hug people, but he will not shake their hand. which
makes no sense. I mean,
well, I agree, but that's his.
Now
choice.
that don't make no sense. All right, Delbert.
No, it just, but yeah, you see, and you see, this is where I have a problem with a lot of this shit, because there ain't no man gonna tell me what I can and can't do. I give no damn.
Right.
I'm gonna say
Well-
what I want, speak my mind, and do what I want as long as I am within the law.
And that's I think, and that's the thing that I have a big problem with is what's good for the goose is good for the fucking gander. If
Thank
you
you.
want to sit there and throw a shit fit about something Trump's done, okay, make sure that you understand you're probably pointing three fingers back at you.
Yes,
somewhere in that very fashion, because I bet y'all have done something very similar, if not worse.
Well, I mean, think about it. Okay. Want to bring up some names? Ralph Nader, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi. Need I go on?
Well, that's
there's
start with 4, but I mean, you could also point to the Clintons. You could point to, point all the way back.
Yeah. And the thing
granted,
is,
yeah, we've always had, we've had the left wing news and the right wing news. That's been something. I mean, hell, Ben Franklin and Abraham Lincoln both were known for writing scathing editorials in their respective newspapers.
mm-hmm.
And Lincoln was famous for making up pseudonyms that he would use, and he would just sit there and just rip snort into who the competition was. Right. I couldn't tell you who it is. I haven't studied that much into history. I just found it funny that he would sit there and he would just call them every possible name in the book that was allowed in current society at that time. So
right,
he couldn't use a 4-letter word, but by gosh, he'd probably wouldn't call you a bitch, but he'd call you a female dog. So
yeah, no, but yeah, and see, that's the thing, and I'm not saying the freaking Republicans are innocent, because we're
no, we've
not.
done kind of like what I was saying yesterday. I mean, you look at the Republican side and you look at the Democrat side, and you might as well be choosing which side do you want? Do you want Voldemort or do you want Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars? Neither side's a good side. Both of them are out to screw us over.
Yes, one way or another.
And in one form, fashion, or another, they're out to completely just use us up as a masturbatory tool and toss us away, as long as they get more money and more power over because of it.
As long as they get what they want, they don't care.
Right. And that's the big problem. And I think that it's a huge problem. I think that it's something that should be addressed. No, but at the same time, how do you address that?
You stand up and say, "Kiss my ass." I mean, that's just my hillbilly in me coming out.
Right. Because I mean, and you have to worry about the whole and that's what a lot of people are kind of worrying about right now, is that now that this has come out, are we going to have the Bubba effect kick in?
Well, okay, hold on here. Let me, a thought just popped into my head. We're sitting here trying to censor all these freaking words and everything. Oh, we can't say this, we can't say that. But yet, every day in your local grocery store, there's someone saying cunt, shit, damn, fuck. They're saying all these words that we're trying to censor. Or and it's like, why? It's like,
okay, now are you actually saying that we're trying to censor, or that you and me and dude are trying to, or just
no
trying
people
to
in
censor
general, like Congress saying, oh, you can't say that, that's offensive, that'll hurt someone's feelings, but yet those same people are saying those same words to other people.
Oh yeah.
But yet you're sitting here telling me that I can't say it because that's offensive.
Yeah, that's because it's and I think what you're kind of getting into, what the whole the anti-Semitism act.
Well, yeah.
Is that what you're?
Well, that too.
Okay.
I mean, see, this is what's got me wound up and all pissed off, because people are trying to tell me what I can and can't say, or what I'm supposed to think or not supposed to think. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
I told you earlier, God, my great niece and nephews, and my Jeep, rest of y'all be damned. I love you guys. You know, y'all are excluded. I love you guys.
We're not,
but still
completely damned. We're just purgatory.
right. But no, it just, I mean, this shit is just what fucking drives me up a wall.
Right.
And it's like,
and I mean, I get
dare
it.
you stand up there and say that to me?
Right. And that's a lot of I mean, the big, horrible, terrible word that is actually out there right now. And I don't even like the word. And that is the notorious N word.
Right.
All right. But I think if you really don't like that word, then drop it out of the lexicon. Drop it out of your use of words. Get your culture to get rid of it. If you don't like that, hearing white people say that word, then you shouldn't be okay with having your fellow brothers and sisters in the same race using the same derogatory term, because in all reality, you're dragging your own ass down.
Exactly.
You're keeping your butt in the gutter instead of lifting yourselves out, because you're still running around going, hey, my N word. Right. What are you up to? No, drop it, get rid of it, scrub it, say no. And it's your friend says it, go, no, we don't do that anymore. We're better than that.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean,
but sadly, the ghetto culture has overtaken Black American culture.
No, this is true. And there are many Black people that are trying to change that.
Yeah.
Because and I applaud them for it, you know, because that's the thing, you know, I don't look down on anyone. You know, I don't care what color you are. I don't care, you know, whatever. I mean, if you're short, yeah, I'm gonna have to look down, but I don't look down on you. You know, whatever. I don't care. It's just, but you see, the thing is, you don't hear white people calling each other cracker. You know,
well, sometimes we all just out of facetiousness, because we would prefer to go eat over at the Caucasian barrel. So
I'm a Ritz, man. I'm not a cracker. I'm a Ritz.
Yeah, Ritz, man.
That's right. I'm a Ritz. Oh my God. Oh man.
So, but I kind of understand, because there is the whole rednecks have taken the term redneck and have owned it, but they don't care who calls them a redneck. They're like going, hell, fuck yeah, I'm a redneck. Build a bridge, get over it if you don't like it.
Right.
They own it. They're not going, you can't say that. They're like, they don't care. They're just like, you call them a redneck, they're going to be like, well, yeah, but do you know what and if you ask them, they can pretty much tell you the origin of the word.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What about the hillbillies? Same thing. They've owned it. They were called hillbillies back in the 1800s, but and they're like, yeah, so what's your point? But you see, and you see, that's the thing. Rednecks and hillbillies learn to live very well and live off
speaking.
Yeah. But lived off what they had at hand.
Yeah.
And they've been put down for it. And it's like, why? Because, we don't live like that. Yeah. You have to have, this is why you want the government to fucking pay for everything and hand you everything, you know.
They may not be the richest folks in the world. They may end up having a 40-year-old pickup that's got a 6-cylinder engine, but it runs off of only 2.
Hey, it's still going, but
it's still moving.
The thing is though, define being rich.
Right.
And don't use the dictionary term, because you can't, because being rich has many different meanings to every different person.
Right.
Because some people could have $500 a month and be happy as a clam and be rich in life.
Yeah. Well, and technically, if you look at it, the poor folks are defined using the definition of happiness. They are happier people.
Yes.
Now, it doesn't mean what that actually means, though, isn't that they have, is that not so much happiness. I actually, if you look at it a little more, it almost seems like they're just a little more fulfilled.
Yeah.
They find that fulfillment because happiness is just an emotion. It just happens to be there. A sense of fulfillment is that one thing, that accomplishment that you can always lean back on. And so, are they fulfilled? Oh yeah, it's not hard to be fulfilled when you don't have much.
Right. And but see, that's the thing. Not everybody has to have the big house, the big boat, the big car,
no.
You know, all this shit.
And
Some
granted,
people,
yeah, you're right. Because I mean, you've got the Gen Zers and the millennials who were there for the big craze was to live in a tiny home.
Right.
Live in a house that, you know, might have 17 acres, but to be in a little 500 square foot house. I mean, it's like, holy smokes, how'd you do that? Or even less, you know, in a 100 square foot house.
Look at me. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, you used to,
my house up north is a tiny house.
Yeah.
348 square feet on floor level.
Yeah.
If you added the lofts in, I think it added another 150. But
wasn't that really that much?
The lot with the lofts, yeah. Because one loft was 12 by 12, and the other loft was shorter. So
okay, yeah, 12 foot, but 12 foot by 12 foot. Yeah, that's 144 feet. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and it was like 360, almost 400 on the whole bottom level.
Okay.
So yeah, it's and that's the thing. People want to look down on other people, and you can't, because everybody's definition of fulfillment, rich, poor, is different.
Right. And also, I mean, you may think you're poor, but I bet you look hard enough, you can find someone who's poorer.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that's one thing that's always really gotten me in American society is, you know, you have people who are screaming that there are poor folks who can't eat in the US. Yeah. And that's true. There are folks who can't eat, but also our poor is insanely overweight.
Right.
And that should be an alarming issue.
Yeah. Yeah. The weight. Yeah. The health implications for that. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, sorry, but if you're having a hard time paying your light bills, but you are 400 pounds.
Time to drop the Little Debbie's. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Time to, and granted, I know Little Twinkies. Debbie's is making sure is paying into the SNAP program so that they can be allowed to be purchased.
Right. I mean,
same reason as why Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper and bottling and all them pay into SNAP also.
Yeah.
Because if not, then you would end up having WIC. WIC, they set up right. You can't just buy yourself into it. You have to be, it's the lowest dollar, and it has to be a particular nutritional value. Now, granted, there's still a lot of freaking sugar in their stuff because they hand out a crap ton of juices.
There is a shit ton of sugar in everything.
Everything, yeah.
And I don't care if it's on SNAP, WIC, or just a regular store. Look at some of the products you buy. Flip it over and look at the amount of sugar. Oh my God.
Sugar any type of oats, sucrose, or fructose, or sucrose,
or even regular sugar. I mean,
yeah, which is sucrose.
Look at ketchup.
Not sucrose. I'm getting my Italian mixed up because Italian for sugar is zucchero. So
okay, but yeah, you got ketchup, you've got ranch dressing,
shit tons of sugar,
mayonnaise,
a lot of sugar. Yeah,
except for Duke's. Duke's mayonnaise has Duke's
and
mayonnaise.
guess what I
is the
found
best.
over at Love's on Love's over at over on the I-44.
Where? What?
They have Duke's mayonnaise that you can put on your sandwiches and stuff.
Oh my God. Did you do it?
No,
you do
because I didn't want to put it in my ramen noodles.
No, okay. That was a good choice there.
So.
But dude, I mean, was it in packages or was it in a squeeze?
No, it was a squirt bottle.
Take your bag in there and just slide it in there.
Get a Ziploc bag.
Dude, get you some Dukes. I'm telling you, get you some fucking Dukes. Dude, you'll love Dukes. I'm serious, man. Duke's mayonnaise is the bomb. Wow. We have squirrel, dude. We have squirrel.
Oh, yeah.
Kinds
Yeah.
of shit tonight.
Yeah. So far, we've gotten Trump's trial. We haven't even talked about the fertilizers and the forever chemicals that are killing livestock. And then which caused me to want to go off and talk about one of the things that I have noticed through history, and I guess I'm going to have to sit down and just plow through the Communist Manifesto sometime.
Yeah.
That's going to be physically harmful to me. It's going to cause me all sorts of pain, but to try to understand what is it Marx had against farmers, because communists everywhere, what's the first thing they go after?
The food, agriculture,
the farms. They I mean, you had the when Stalin and them took over. Well, actually, when Joseph Stalin. Was it Stalin the first one, or was he the one that took over? Stalingrad. Yeah, Stalin. Stalin. Because I'm trying to think of who it was. Because I'm getting confused with him. No, Lenin. Joseph Stalin came after Lenin. Yeah, after Lenin. So yeah, I knew there was two, and they looked really freaking similar. But anyhow, so one of the first things that Lenin did was he yoinked all the farms away from the farmers and gave them to the there's the proletariats. Yeah, the proletariats. Because the proletariats, because there was the bourgeoisie, which is where we get the term bougie. Oh man, that's bougie as hell. Bourgeoisie, which is actually a French term for city folk, which is
that's okay, bougie
or town folk. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me on the use of terms. But again, I'm not a communist. I'm not bass backwards like they are. But they always go after the farmers and then destroy the farms. They put people who have never farmed before, somehow thinking that the farmers are the rich ones. And that's the only thing I can garner is that they think the farmers are rich.
Yeah.
And a lot of times back then,
a falsehood.
Well,
I don't know of any rich farmers.
Well, at the same time, I say that, but then I think back to I've actually read Anna Karenina, which is just an insane. I understand why those books are so long-winded, because Leo Tolstoy's story of Anna Karenina, and that's because they didn't have soap operas back then.
Well, okay.
So Anna Karenina is nothing more than a soap opera in a book.
Oh my God. Imagine what a 50 years of Days of Our Lives would look like as a book.
Exactly. And that was this, because I mean, it starts out as this, you have this girl named Anna Karenina, and she has a really nice life. And then she finds this other guy that she kind of likes a little bit more. And so they sleep with each other. She wants a divorce, but the husband says, no, I'm not going to give you a divorce. I'm holding on to my son. And it's just this drama. She dies. Okay, there we go. We got the end of the book and we're great. And so it's just one of those where, and the whole time I'm just going, oh my God, really? Oh my God, really? Oh my God, is this thing still going on? How many more? I've still got 20 hours of this thing to go. Jesus Christ. And, I made it through it because I'd seen the movies a couple times. And I was like, okay, so I had a good overview of what Anna Karenina was about.
Right.
But I wanted to see, it's kind of like Les Miserables. Les Miserables is, again, also a soap opera in a book.
Wow.
And that's also the reasons why it's like 4,000 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because the Alexander Dumas would go off on these little side tangents. I mean, he went in, if I had to guess from the amount of time that they talked, the narrator read about the nunnery that Jean Valjean hid out in,
mm-hmm.
It had to have been about 150, 200 pages that he talked about the history of the nunnery, which was I think it's called the Abbey of the Little Big Boo, or something to that effect. I mean, you had to add some Frenchness to it to really make it sound right. But since the closest thing French I have is French dressing and French fries, I'm just SOL with a touch of Peru. So that's Better Off Dead reference if you caught that.
No, I didn't. Because yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll. Better Off Dead. Now, never mind. Go watch Better Off Dead with John Cusack. Classic 80s movie. You'll understand the whole Peru thing later once you watch that. So okay. Mom's serving French cuisine to the foreign exchange student, and that's as much as I'm going to go into it. So, but anyhow, but it was just went into all this detail about how this abbey was created and what the Sisters of Perpetual Penance were about, and the history and what their customs are, and why they didn't allow men, but they had one man who was supposed to be who was a gardener, and the gardener was a guy that Jean Valjean helped out earlier, and so now he walks around with a limp, but because he has a limp, and so the nuns don't see him, because I guess they're afraid that if the nuns see a man, they're just going to be overwhelmed with lust and their habits are going to fall off. I don't know, but anyhow, so the guy had to walk around with a bell on his knee, and it was just this whole thing, and he went into all this detail, and you're just going, dude, you could take this book, this 1,500 page book that you made, turn it into about a 500-page book by cutting all the bullshit out.
Right.
But again, it's a soap opera in a book. He has to fill it up with something.
Well, no,
so why not go into the detail of the Petite Little Big Boo?
You're saying Leo Tolstoy wrote this book, right?
Wrote the book. Okay, yeah. Sorry, squirreled the shit out of this.
Well, no, that's fine. So you're saying he's the master Jabberwocky.
He was a bit, but what I was getting to on Anna Karenina is that one of the characters is a landowner.
Okay,
and so he's otherwise known as a farmer. Because he owns land, he is wealthy. He's the one who hires and brings the local villagers into his property to plow, to sow the grain, and all that. And he's just kind of the one that says, hey, all right, it's the 1st of June, it's time, or 1st of May, it's time to start harvesting wheat. So y'all's going ahead and start harvesting wheat. And so they get the harvest crew together and they go out and harvest the wheat. and then they stack it up, let it dry, do all the things they're going to do. But it's the landowner who employs the villagers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing I can think of is how dare a farmer like that, rich landowner, go off and pay for the villagers to be able to have money.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I could think of as to why Marx has this thing against farmers, and why the communists always go after farmers time and time and time again. You saw the famine that the communists made in Russia right after they took over, killed however many millions of people they did there. The communists in China, Mao went off and killed several million of their people, of his people there, because he again did the same thing, but also like an idiot was like, hey, those birds are eating seeds, eating the grain. We need to kill all the birds, because he's an idiot. He's a one-man moron show who thought he knew everything.
Well, yeah.
And when all he really knew how to do was talk his way into a paper bag. And so they went out and started up this whole campaign. Let's kill all the sparrows. And they kill all the sparrows. And guess what ends up happening? Because he's so smart.
No plans.
Forgot to mention that the sparrows were not just eating grain, they were eating bugs too. So they ended up getting essentially a locust infestation, which ate all the grain up because they didn't have the sparrows no more. So,
yeah.
And then you got North Korea again, same instance. Came in Venezuela. I mean, yeah, they're what was it? Back in the about 5 years after they went communism, they were eating animals in the zoo.
I think so. Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it hasn't gotten no better. So
and hadn't gotten any better. No, and it's weird that if you want to play life from a victim standpoint, yeah, want to blame the person who's given us money has got more money that he's not sharing. Except for the fact that if you get rid of the man who has the money who's not sharing, you get no money.
Well, yeah.
You're so focused in on what you don't have that you don't see what you actually do have. And so, yeah, I mean, that's just, and this is a lot like the, like nowadays, I mean, you've got the environmentalists are all about the cows. They're against cattle. They're against cattle ranchers because, one, they have a lot of fucking land. But they're also throwing a fit because cattle fart. No, okay, correction. They don't actually fart. They may pass a little bit of gas when they're actually taking a shit, but most of the stuff, the quote unquote burps that they do, is when they're ruminating and bringing their cut up. So there might be a little exhalation of methane, but there's nothing like a volcano that belches.
Well, if
because I mean, a volcano when it does a little burp, it sends out more CO2 than what we've ever created from the Industrial Revolution on.
I know, but yeah, no one's interested in that.
No, and so but then you also have all the environmental wackos going off and talking, we can't be using fertilizer because that nitrogen leaches out into the creeks and the rivers, and it creates massive algae blooms. Except for the fact that nitrogen also is good for the crops. The crops need nitrogen to be able to grow.
Right, but
would you like to eat?
Okay, if you're worried about the nitrogen, aren't you worried about all the pesticides and the other shit that's been poured into the ground and damaged the ground? What about the anhydrous ammonia that is poured on the fields every year?
That's actually good for the fields.
Is it?
Because anhydrous ammonia breaks down into nitrogen.
Okay. but
that's the
still,
whole reason why they put anhydrous ammonia out.
okay,
They put it into the fields so that, because it does, as it goes, as it breaks down, the nitrogen forms into the
okay, okay.
so, but it's better to use it that way in the gas form so that it gets trapped underground, because that's where they actually put it, is in the ground. Now it's dangerous for us to be breathing the anhydrous ammonia.
Really,
That shit hurts if you ever accidentally walk into a fog of that.
yeah, you would die, dude, walking into a fog of it. Yeah.
If it's a big enough one, you better know which direction the wind's blowing.
I mean, because I've drove past people pulling anhydrous tanks with my windows down, and just that little whiff. I mean, I know I should.
Yeah, it's a mucus irritator. If you got any mucus lining, it's going to irritate it. So your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your lungs, all of it. You're like, oh.
Well, you see, the thing is with I think I no, that's natural gas. I don't know. It's late. My brain's frying out on me.
Holy shit! Yeah, what time is it getting around to being?
10:24.
Holy crap! Yeah, I got to get up ass early. So all right. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this up. We didn't get close to anything we were going to talk about, but
that's okay. We got next week.
We got next week. We got the week after that, and we got the week after that. We just keep rolling our list. So, but anyhow, guys, I want to say thank y'all very much from the bottom of my heart. I looked today and didn't see any new sat boost or boostergrams sent to us. If you would like to send us a boost, like to reach out to us, hey, we would definitely take any type of boost that you'd like to send to us. You want to send us a message, you can use a podcasting 2.0 app. I would actually recommend going to the Fountain app. That's fountain.fm. And that is a great app to use. It's easy to fill up a wallet. You can instantly get a wallet from there. You easily fill it up. You can use Lightning Network. You can also use a credit card, or you can use Strike if you're using the Strike network. It's easy to fill up. You easily add Satoshis to it, and from there you can actually go through and just start sending out Satoshis. You can send us a row of ducks, a bag of Richards, or whatever else you'd like to send to us. We would love it if you find out what a rush boost is. We'd love to have that too. Or even a striper boost. I would love to see a striper boost come through here. So guys, and I'm going to let you figure out what those are. And so you can go through, and once you get it, send it over to me and go, I discovered, and you'll get a big ass shout out from me and Rich, dude. And if you have any other way that you'd like to be able to send us, or if maybe you don't like the Fountain app, you want to find a different one, you can go to newpodcastingapps.com. And that will actually send you over to podcastindex.com/apps. And from there, you've got all sorts of different apps, from Podiverse to True Fans to Pod Friends, which is a really cool one. I like Pod Friends a lot. If you're on an Apple device, you got Cast-O-Matic, which is another great one. That's the one I currently use. A lot of great new modern podcast apps here soon. We're probably going to be starting to go live. So if you've got the right type of podcast app, you're actually even going to get a notification that, hey, we're live and we're ready to go. And you're going to be able to jump in and you could even start sending us boosts that way while we're live, and we can actually interact with
regular comments right live, and we'll see it.
Yeah. You can also send us an email over at circlecast@gmail.com or rchelson@gmail.com. And either one of those will get to us respectively, and love to hear what you have to say. If you have a comment and you want to know about a particular topic, if I can stop tripping over my words, we'll expound what little knowledge we have about it, and act like we know it all. So
yeah, exactly. And we will mention you on the show, mention it. I mean, we would, in fact, I would love for Dude to get an email from a fan, from an adoring fan. That would be awesome.
I think he'd have a kick out of it for absolutely so. So, but anyhow,
that would
guys,
be one for the record book.
Yeah. So, dude, got any parting words for the audience before we take off here?
If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
Advice of the ages, absolutely.
Thought of the day.
Thought of the day. So, how about you, Rich? What do you got?
Oh, really? Just again, want to thank everybody that listens. Yeah, we didn't even really think we would get this many people listening to us this early, let alone at any time else. And you know, hey, if you have questions, reach out and ask us. We're here. We would love to talk with you. We'd love to meet with you, and you know, build a community, because this is why we're doing this. You know, just to have fun and enjoy each other and laugh and, you know, cut up and whatever. So
absolutely. So, all right, guys. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to let you go. Again, send us your comments, questions, or anything over to circlecast at gmail.com, or send or over to rchelson@gmail.com. Love to get it. Love to hear what you have to say. And we will see y'all next week. So till then, bye.
peace.
Peace out.
All right, guys. See y'all later.
See you later.
All right.